The Washington Commanders training camp is on fire, and one rookie in particular is playing so well that he's about to take a spot from a super experienced veteran that everyone thought was untouchable. The pressure in the locker room is enormous. As this competition for a spot heats up, a young receiver from our roster is showcasing such absurd talent in practice that he just impressed and received heavy praise from none other than our newest and main star of the offense. Having this guy's stamp of approval in the first few days is something surreal. Speaking of this star, the behind-the-scenes reason for this superstar choosing to come back home and wear our uniform this year has leaked. The reason behind this decision could be the turning point for a truly historic season in Washington. But first, like the video, it's just a click, and it helps me a lot to keep bringing the truth about the Commanders to you. The Commanders had only 7 picks in the 2026 NFL Draft and needed to maximize each one of them. Sonny Styles in the first round was the obvious standout, but after that, they relied on late-round picks and undrafted free agents to make their mark on the team. Still being one of the most experienced teams in the league, Washington is betting on its young players to learn quickly from the veterans. They could step into their roles at any moment during the season. One of the draft's big revelations, Katron Allen, was selected in the 6th round, coming from Penn State. The all-time leading rusher of the Nittany Lions, Allen brings a level of explosiveness to the backfield that could earn him a spot on the roster. Despite concerns about his size and lack of pass-blocking skills, Allen has been used in some short-distance situations during red zone practices. With Jack Rikowski-Merritt and Rashad White splitting time as the primary running backs, Allen needs to stand out from the group. He needs to earn a specific role if he wants to make the roster. Undrafted rookie Drew Stevens has been shining in training camp while competing for the starting kicker position with Jake Moody. On Friday, Stevens converted all 8 of his field goal attempts. Moody made only 5 of 7. In 2025, Moody went through 3 teams before ending the year in Washington. In a competitive NFC, missed field goals and extra points are likely to be decisive for the final score. Dan Quinn needs to have confidence in who he chooses as the starting kicker. Although Stevens has struggled with kicks over 55 yards, Moody had the same issues in 2025. If Stevens can be more consistent at shorter distances, he will have a strong chance of securing a spot by week 1. The depth of the offensive line was a major concern for the Commanders at the start of the preseason. When Nick Allegretti got injured early in training, the door opened for Matt Golban to leave his mark on the team. The player, selected in the 6th round of the draft, may not have another opportunity to prove himself when an experienced veteran returns. But in his absence, Golban fit perfectly into the model that David Blau laid out for the offense. Selected in the 6th round, Joshua Josephs was drafted into a system where he can learn from players like Kelevon Chaisson and Odafe Owe. Concerns about injuries and a high rate of missed tackles caused him to fall to the 6th round, but the speed and strength at the line of scrimmage that attracted the general manager have been showcased during training camp. It's hard to say exactly where he will fit into the plan at this moment. He has done an excellent job of shedding the line of scrimmage and generating strong pressure to close the pocket from the start. Stefon Diggs fits well with the Commanders in terms of tactics, but there are a few other factors that caught the attention of the 4-time Pro Bowl selection, and they should help him have a great season. Diggs spoke to the press for the first time since arriving in Washington, and he made one thing very clear. This change was personal. After Friday's practice, he addressed various topics during a session with reporters, but one point in particular stood out as the most intriguing. Diggs explained how, throughout his career, he always motivated himself a lot when playing against the Commanders for other teams. He is from Gaithersburg, Maryland, and knowing he would play at home in front of friends and family gave him extra motivation. He wanted to give his best in front of everyone, and that desire always helped him put forth his best game against Washington. He stated it's a different level of pride. He used to go back home when they played against the Commanders, and he always felt like he had something to prove, because this is his hometown team. He always played with extra motivation, but that motivation grew even larger when he returned home, because this was the team from his city, and he always felt like they overlooked him. They didn't give him a chance. He was practically in their backyard, so it's like the cycle is closing, like God is teaching, like how things happen. God works in mysterious ways, and timing is everything. So here he is, back home, and still carries that same extra motivation. But now he is part of the team. The Commanders always had the magic formula to sign Diggs in free agency. Of course, a significantly higher offer from another team could have influenced his decision. But, as we know, the market for Diggs probably wasn't at a point where anyone would pay an exorbitant amount for him. Washington also didn't pay too much. Their deal is solid. Regardless, Diggs' desire to win a ring in his hometown was what motivated him to sign with the Commanders. You can feel the passion in his voice. In one of the interviews, he even said he got chills just thinking about it. In himself, younger, wearing the maroon and gold uniform at this point in his career, and the potential that it represented. He stated he can't imagine a better story. At this stage of his career, with everything he wants to do, being healthy, recovering from the ACL injury, succeeding, returning to his hometown team and wanting to shine for them and represent his city. He will always want to do that. He succeeded when he was away and wants to succeed when he is home, so this definitely means a lot to him. The narrative of coming home is fascinating in itself, but it's not the only factor that motivated Diggs' decision. It's the roster. Diggs was paying attention in 2024 when Jaden Daniels and the rest of the roster dominated the league. He also understands the advantages this offense represents, with Daniels as quarterback, a solid and deep group of running backs, Terry McLaurin as wide receiver, and Chigo Okonkwo as tight end. It's nice to be around other players who know how to play. It will be tough to double someone here. There are guys who can make plays and guys who can make plays coming out of the backfield. There's a mobile quarterback. In short, Diggs sees the Commanders as the best option for him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be here, and this should lead to great achievements in football in 2026. The Washington Commanders recently made a much-needed signing to bolster their receiving core, bringing in Stefon Diggs. The veteran has already begun to work with the team and is likely to play an important role on a squad that has everything to compete for the title. Diggs' presence was necessary, but the Commanders also have young, talented players, including at the wide receiver position. One of these young and promising receivers has already caught Diggs' attention. In statements to the press on Friday, the newly signed receiver praised and joked about rookie Antonio Williams. He stated that number 14 knows how to play a bit. The younger guys don't have a name at the start. You just call them by the number. But he knows how to play a little, has talent. He hopes to contribute to their development. Diggs referred to Williams only by the number, joking that rookies need to earn being called by name. Even so, the veteran receiver was impressed with the young talent. He is ready to serve as a mentor to him and to any other young receiver on the roster. This is certainly exciting news for Commanders fans who have high expectations for Williams. The rookie wide receiver was selected in the third round of the 2026 draft and has the chance to become an immediate contributor to the offense. With Terry McLaurin and Diggs likely occupying the top two receiver spots, Williams will compete with players like Treylon Burks, Diami Brown, and Luke McCaffrey for WR3 and WR4 spots. Williams has had a promising training period so far. If he continues to perform well during the regular season, he should secure playing time as a rookie. The receiver showcased his skills during his 4 years at Clemson, where he made 208 receptions for 2,336 yards and 21 touchdowns. Now, Commanders fans hope his skills translate to the NFL, that he can become a reliable option in Washington. As a fan, I'm extremely excited about the potential of this young receiver. So, fan, after discovering what the 4 biggest surprises among the Commanders' training camp rookies are, understanding why Stefon Diggs chose to come back home and join the team, and knowing that a young receiver is already impressing Diggs himself with his talent, which of these situations makes you feel more hopeful or concerned? The Washington Commanders training camp is on fire, and one rookie in particular is playing so well that he's about to take a spot from a super experienced veteran that everyone thought was untouchable. The pressure in the locker room is enormous. As this competition for a spot heats up, a young receiver from our roster is showcasing such absurd talent in practice that he just impressed and received heavy praise from none other than our newest and main star of the offense. Having this guy's stamp of approval in the first few days is something surreal. Speaking of this star, the behind-the-scenes reason for this superstar choosing to come back home and wear our uniform this year has leaked. The reason behind this decision could be the turning point for a truly historic season in Washington. But first, like the video, it's just a click, and it helps me a lot to keep bringing the truth about the Commanders to you. The Commanders had only 7 picks in the 2026 NFL Draft and needed to maximize each one of them. Sonny Styles in the first round was the obvious standout, but after that, they relied